Welcome to Keepin' It Real, your go-to radio show for fresh insights and vibrant introductions. Get ready to dive into a world where we offer you the latest in real estate wisdom and the juiciest community tidbits. From expert advice courtesy of top realtors to opportunities to give back through local charities, we've got you covered. Plus, we'll shine a spotlight on the young athletes driving our local sports scene and uncover the buzzworthy happenings both in town and beyond. Stay tuned for a jam-packed hour of enlightenment and entertainment right here on Keepin' It Real.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving service that we agree for military law and retirees. Stress-free process you will see. Personal carries our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way, making dreams come true every single day. Trusted team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
It's the Home Spotlight Series, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, where home stories are told until they're sold.
Hi, it's Sherry Ethell here. Step into timeless beauty at 44 East Ramsey Canyon Road. This stunning 1930s retreat sits on over 4 wooded acres bordering the Coronado National Forest. With 2,400 square feet, 3 bedrooms, and 2 baths, it blends vintage charm with modern comforts. Inside, you'll find slate and wood floors, a 1934 rock fireplace, and a gorgeous 4-season Arizona room. The spa-like primary suite features breathtaking views from a private deck and a clawfoot tub in a luxurious bath. This custom European-style kitchen offers cherry cabinetry, a wine cooler, and a pantry with rotating shelves. Outside, you'll enjoy irrigated fruit orchards, a seasonal creek, a she shed, and a shop with an outdoor shower. With abundant wildlife and multiple patios perfect for entertaining, this is truly a birder's paradise and a one-of-a-kind sanctuary. 44 East Ramsey Canyon Road, offered at $995,000.
Buy and sell with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. We make success stories for a living. All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Keepin' It Real radio show. This is the Keepin' It Real radio show brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios, right behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. I am Dion Ethell. I am your host, and today I am co-hosting again with Lisa Gustafson from Canyon Country and Cool FM. She is the account manager out there, so thank you for coming on the show again with me, Lisa.
Well, you keep inviting me back, so I'm just going to keep on
inviting
coming.
you. As long as you'll come, I'll definitely have you.
I love it here.
She's great to be on the show, and we love having her. And then I've got Les Plieninger. He is from Heroes Healing Heroes Outdoors, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
So Heroes Healing Heroes. Tell us a little bit first, before we even go there. Let's step back. We always like to know a little more about the person we're kind of interviewing. This show's all about community. It's about, what kinds of great people live in this community and what kind of great work is being done in this community. We have a whole host of different charities on the show, government employees. We have also the folks who are in business here. But every once in a while we get somebody who's doing something, giving back to the community as well. And so I really am excited about, talking to you too, because I am also a hunter, and we'll kind of get into that. But before we do that, I want to kind of get to know you, the person. So maybe you could kind of tell us at first, how long you been in Sierra Vista? Where did you come from? Kind of give us a little cue on your background.
Well, I've been in Sierra Vista since 2017.
Okay.
At that point in time, the Reynolds Army Hospital, they needed somebody over there that knew orthopedics. After getting out of the Marine Corps, I became an orthopedic technologist and did a lot of work and surgery in that field. It was time for me to scale back because I worked mostly trauma and emergency situations, and just decided to look for something that was a little bit more friendly, so to speak.
Right.
Doing that, I came back here via military contract with the Army, and have been here ever since. I decided this is where I was going to stay. I'm originally from the Pennsylvania, Oklahoma area. I'm a military brat. My father was in the Army, and just decided to stay here. It was just one of those things I really liked.
Now, you were Marine Corps, and how long were you in the Marine Corps?
I was in the Marine Corps from 1981, when I delayed entried, all the way through to 2003.
Okay. So you probably saw some experience, a lot of abroad time then as well?
A lot of abroad time, yeah. I mean, I spent 2 years in the continental United States as far as my career went with the Marine Corps, and then the rest of the time was spent outside of the United States. Worked in the intelligence community. I can give you that much.
All these people that we have come on, and we're like, we can't tell you that part.
Well, that's kind of comes with the line of work. But
right?
You did do some different, interesting stuff, though, when you got back. And I know that, you had some experiences there in the military that kind of got you probably geared towards what you're doing now.
Oh, absolutely.
So we'll talk about that a little bit. But what other kinds of work did you do? I know that you were up in D.C. for a little while.
Was up in D.C. for a little while. Was working with President Reagan at the time.
Wow.
Went from there through the Marine Corps life, and then got out, didn't know what I wanted to do, worked executive protection for what's now owned by MGM. It was Wynn Resorts Incorporated, Steve Wynn's group, the Mirage, Treasure Island, those places probably people would know.
So you were doing personal protection at that time?
I was doing executive protection for Steve Wynn and his cadre that was there.
Wow.
The guys on top.
So that's kind of cool. Now, leaning back into
I bet there's some stories there.
Oh, I'm sure, but I'm sure there's a bunch of stories there. We might try to touch on a few things.
That's a whole other show.
I know it probably could be a show in itself. Same way with your military background and everything. Even when you were at the White House and whatnot, did you ever get a chance to meet Reagan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I met, as a matter of fact, I even have pictures of me playing horseshoes with him at Camp David.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He came down to the desk one morning and he said, "What are you doing right now?" I said, "I'm on duty, sir." And he goes, "Where's your A chief?" "Oh, he's around somewhere. Can you get him up here?" I said, "Yeah." Got him up there, and he goes, "All right, let's go play some horseshoes." And I looked at myself.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
I looked inward and I said, "Is this guy serious? What's going on with it?" He goes, "I need somebody to play horseshoes with. There's nobody to play horseshoes with, so let's go play horseshoes."
Oh, wow.
So I went out there and they took the press corps, snapped a picture of me. Here I am, camouflage pants on, boots bloused, green T-shirt with an M4 around my neck, throwing a horseshoe.
Oh my gosh.
Standing right
With
there.
Reagan.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What a story.
Man, we were talking about before the show too. We had shared a few personal experiences, and it is really true. You kind of got to pinch yourself sometimes to think about all the places you were in that you would have never dreamed about being put in that situation. Probably 10 years before that.
It's not until later after you get away from it,
Yeah.
and then you start to reflect back. You see a picture or something, and then all of a sudden it's like, I really did that.
Well, even with one of our prior guests, we were talking about his experiences in the military too, and sometimes you take things, I guess, the day-to-day stuff for granted a little bit because you just do it every day and you don't think anything of it. Here you are playing horseshoes with Ronald Reagan, and most people are like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, well,
like,
when you think about it, he's the commander in chief. I was a Marine, so what he said was gospel.
Right.
It was like,
He's the boss.
You're going to do this. Yeah, it was one of those.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
For me, it was a little strange, but it was welcomed.
Well,
I mean, it's kind of cool.
You probably don't even remember that happening, right? Like you're there thinking,
it's another day at the office.
Am I really doing this?
That's crazy.
Did you tell that guy, snap the picture, get this?
No, I didn't.
I want to remember this.
that's one of the things that's really wild, and you've got to be so careful. Every time you step through a door, every time you make a comment that one of the press corps can grab from you.
Wow.
But there's a constant photography professional that's on duty. And that's his entire life. All he does is he goes through and he snaps pictures of everything that goes on in the White House, of everything that goes on when you're outside the United States and everything else.
Documenting those memories.
Yeah, and it goes into the libraries of these presidents.
Wow.
So, I bet you somewhere in the Ronald Reagan Library, there's a picture of me throwing a horseshoe.
It's crazy.
And here we are.
And here you are.
Hanging out with
out
us.
here in Sierra Vista, the man who played horseshoes with Ronald Reagan.
Boom.
Yeah, it wasn't what we brought you here for, but that's a pretty cool tidbit to divulge. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Definitely some cool experiences. And I'm sure you've got lots of stories with that kind of stuff that you can share and some that you can't. But definitely we'll try to talk and circle back on some of that stuff. You left that after the Marine Corps. You got out that you did some personal protection stuff. What got you into that? How did that work?
I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Coming out of the military.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I still don't know what I want to do. I'm figuring it all out as I go. But I took and I got the word that they were opening a new casino. I figured security is going to be I'm going to be able to walk on this one. It's going to be an easy paycheck, and I'll be able to do what I want to do. My brother gave me heads up because he was working as the head bartender over at Mirage, and he said, "Hey, they're hiring people. There's going to be a walk-in
opportunity."
Yeah. So I took and I went there, and unbeknownst to me, he had been talking to people the whole time. And the lead for the executive protection detail for Steve Wynn came walking out with a sign and had my name on it, and he goes, "Hey, come on in." So I passed up a few thousand people to take and go.
They're like, "What is this?"
Like,
yeah, I mean,
who is this guy?
I was waiting for the knife.
Security?
I seriously was waiting for the knife.
You're the VIP. You played with Ronald Reagan on horseshoes. Just tell them who you are.
We heard that you shot horseshoes.
So yeah, he came up and he goes, "Yeah, I was a New York detective, and now I'm doing this, and I figured you would want to do it too, and we'll pay you really good, and you don't have to wear a uniform, and you can, walk around in Hawaiian shirts like Magnum if you want to." And I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, let's do this."
Yeah, how was that?
Sign me up.
Did you like it? Did you like the personal protection thing?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really.
What aspect of it did you really like? What piece of it that was the most fun?
That I had autonomy. I mean, to the average person, you would think that executive protection, you're stuck against the back of the person that you're with and everything. I mean, they only see presidential details.
Right.
With this, I kind of blended in. I didn't have to take him, be right on top of him. And he didn't like having that kind of security, but there was always 15 guys around him. And we were all in plain clothes. We got to walk around. I got to grow a beard. My hair got long down my shoulders. And, I drove a Harley to work every day. And that was kind of, the autonomy to do as I needed to do, or pick the detail that I needed to pick to go on, or something like that. His daughter was the only problem.
Well,
ooh.
Was that one of the negatives, the sides?
That was one of the negative sides, yeah. Because I was there during that whole incident when we had to take and bail her out.
Oh.
When she got taken. Yeah. And that, coming from my standpoint, well, we just do what we do, Yeah. And he's like, "No, just go over to the cage. I'll write you the check, and they'll take and they'll cash it out for you, and go give them their money." I'm like, "No, don't give them their money." And he's like, "This is what we're going to do." And she always got into stuff. She always got into stuff. It's like
many of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, why can't you just sit back? And her mother was great. Elaine was great. I mean, she was just like family.
Wow.
You walk through the door. "Hi, how you doing? What's going on? Hey, I got a hairdresser's appointment. I'm going to blah blah blah." And eventually, she said, "Hey, can you start walking with me? Because I'm this guy that I got. I don't like him."
Yeah.
So I started to hang out more with her than him, and the guy was pretty good. I mean, it was great to be paid for something you like to do.
Right.
Right. By the same token, you do it every day, and it gets old. I mean, there wasn't going to be a 20-year career. I knew that was not in the works and stuff like that. This was to get me over the hump until I got where I was going.
Yeah, I don't know too many people who stuck it out for a long, long, long time. And it's kind of a short time, especially with personalities and everything and the crazy crap that they get into and everything else. So, yeah, I could totally understand. So what did you do after that? After you left the protection detail, what was your next gig?
I took an interest in emergency medicine.
And was that because of previous injuries that you had from military career and you just kind of felt a connection there? Or was that just something totally different? That's a big change.
My whole life, to be honest with you, has been centered around doing everything for everybody else, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I did my national duty.
Yeah.
And then had my little in-between and school time thing that I did and became an EMT, an EMTB, an EMTI.
Eventually, what is that?
Nevada has intermediates. So basic emergency medical guys can take and do everything up to invading the body. In other words, they can't take and put in an IV. They can't do any of that. An EMTI is the intermediate. He's allowed to start IVs.
To do those things, okay.
And some medications there.
Gotcha.
The paramedic is the guy who has say over everything.
Right.
So I went that list, and then I went... we had a family affair that happened. It was not very nice, but we eventually moved back to San Diego, and I became a paramedic there. I became an airborne paramedic there. So I was making flights across the country with people who were going like to Mayo Clinic. We're going to other places where specialties were involved.
Okay.
A group of doctors said, "Hey, you're spinning your wheels." In the downtime that I had between flights, I was working in emergency medicine at the Palomar Medical Center, which is the top of the list as far as San Diego is concerned. They have a burn center there. They have surgery suites. They have trauma suites. They have everything. It's the epicenter of everything that happens south of Los Angeles, basically.
Wow.
And I was working there, and one of the doctors, his name is Katz, he said, you're spinning your wheels. And I said, no, this is a career. Paramedic is a career, and I'm working in the hospital too. So
yeah.
I'm under contract with them, and the money was pretty good.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're just spinning your wheels. I hate to see this. You could do so much more. And I was like, well, maybe someday. And that conversation ended, and then a little while later, I was confronted by him and about 3 other guys, all trauma surgeons, all worked there at the hospital. And Mike Katz tells me, hey, we got you a scholarship.
Oh, wow.
So you can go to San Diego State to the UC Davis satellite course to get your medical.
And
okay, cool.
And that's going to bring you to the next level.
Yeah, that's going to bring me to the next level. Well, I decided when I was going through the internship, and at the behest of those guys that took and got me that stuff, they said, we really need trauma orthopedics guys. We really need them. And we don't need doctors. We just need guys that can take and do
all those things. Yeah. So well, hold that thought. I want to come back to it.
Sure.
But we're going to take a quick break and come right back to the show. So everybody, hang on. Les is going to give you some more details on what the next step was in his career, and we're going to talk some more. This is the man who played horseshoes with Ronald Reagan. You're never going to live that down. That's the coolest thing ever.
Never.
All right, we'll be right back.
Welcome to an exciting new chapter in real estate marketing with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. We're thrilled to introduce our groundbreaking radio campaign that's set to virtually transform how homes are sold in our community.
Are you looking to sell your home? Imagine your listing highlighted as not just a home of the week, but receiving continuous, exclusive attention on the airwaves until it sells. That's right. Every single Sherry Ethell Team Long Realty listing will now be featured regularly, ensuring maximum exposure to maximize your speed of sale.
Here's how it works. Each week, we'll spotlight all of our current listings in individual, engaging, and detailed 30-second radio ads. Whether you're selling a cozy starter home, a luxurious estate, or anything in between, your property will be heard by thousands of potential buyers in our local area. This innovative approach guarantees that your home remains top of mind for listeners until the perfect buyer comes along.
Why choose the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty? Because we're committed to delivering unparalleled service with a personal touch. Our new radio campaign will be just one more way we help reduce the stress of selling your home by giving it the visibility it deserves. We understand that selling a home can be a daunting process, but with your tailored marketing campaign and this kind of presence, it'll be easier and more efficient than ever.
Tune in to Cool 104.1 to hear about the latest listings on our new program we're calling our Home Spotlight Series. Or catch the Keepin It Real radio show every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for the latest real estate tips from the experts. Weekend open houses, awesome charity opportunities, great happenings in our community, and wonderful interviews with youth sports coaches and athletes.
So don't miss out on this unique opportunity to have your home featured in our exclusive radio campaign. List with Sherry Ethell Team Long Realty today and experience the magic of real estate marketing like never before.
For more information, give us a call at 717-599-2439. Sherry Ethell Team Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard right here in Sierra Vista, where your home story is told until it's sold. Remember, with us, it's not just about selling houses. We make success stories for a living. Stay tuned, stay informed, and let's help you find your perfect home.
All right, welcome back to the Keepin' It Real radio show, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. I'm Dion Ethell. I am your host, and I'm co-hosted today with Lisa Gustafson from Cool FM and Canyon Country. And Les here has been talking us through, had a long military career, Marine Corps guy, worked with the White House. What exactly was that protection detail called?
Marine Security Forces, Washington, D.C.
Okay. And so he got an opportunity to not only, be amongst some of the who's who in the Reagan administration, but also meet and talk with Mr. Ronald Reagan
and
himself
and play horseshoes.
Who would have thought? That's
cool.
That's what I love about this town. You find so many interesting people who've done something And I get it. It's just horseshoes, but it's extraordinary to meet, the president anytime.
Come on, right?
And
it's
cool.
with Reagan.
Yeah,
You know what we should
and Reagan's, big deal.
We should tell people. If you can top that, right? If you've got one, you've played
Come on the show.
Come on, talk to us.
We got to talk.
Reach
We
out
got to hear
Dion
about it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. And so you did that, and then you kind of broke off from that. You did some personal protection. You worked with the Wynn folks over there at the casinos and everything, and did some personal protection details out there. And then eventually you've worked your way now towards medicine, and you kind of went a different direction. And now we left right before the break. I want to say that you were talking about now these surgeons had talked you into going back to school, and they actually got you a scholarship, which is amazing.
Absolutely.
So
they were all alumnus from UC Davis.
Okay. So they reached out and did some personal.
Yeah.
That speaks highly of you.
Well, I don't know.
They must have thought something or saw something in you to be.
It wasn't just the horseshoes.
They were really impressed with the way that I went about business. I mean, it was when you get somebody through the door who's been in a car accident, totaled out. I mean, they're on death's doorstep, and it was just one incident where Mike was with us. He was the attending at the time, and things were not going so well in the trauma room, and people were talking over him and the Marine sergeant came out in me and hey, people, we need to shut up, we need to listen, we got a life at stake. And it caught his attention really quick. And then he said, it just so happened that the guy he broke his legs, so I had to put him in traction, which is never a great thing, especially when they're conscious.
Yikes.
Ugh.
Oh gosh.
So you're doing your job, and it's at that point you're not thinking of a person. You have one focus right in front of you, and I was able to compartmentalize and do that kind of focusing.
Task
where
at
I had
hand.
to take the task at hand and do what I need to do, and go to the next task and go to the next task.
See, we need people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a gift, because I'm the one that would be, oh my gosh, what do we do?
Everybody's different.
This is why we need it.
Some people are really great in traumatic incidents.
I can see that in you. Absolutely.
Well, the other good part was I was able to tell people what to do.
Yeah.
So if I'm there doing something, and there was a nurse that needed to get her hands in there, hey, help the doctor out with this, or hey, do this, or hey, do that, or come here, I need you to hold this. I was able to do that while I was walking through. I was able to think outside the box as well as inside the box, and that was something that Mike really appreciated and enjoyed. So he got me into school, and I went through school. I did basically what a PA would do.
Okay.
The first 2 years. So I learned how to take in pharmacology, and then I decided, because of my injuries that I sustained in the Marine Corps and the job they did on me, it's kind of pay it back type thing. So I became an orthopedics guy and replaced joints and cast arms and reduce fractures and all these things that you do to take and make people's bones straight again.
Make them whole again,
not to mention mobility issues. I mean, I did a lot of hip surgeries, a lot of knee surgeries. Was the fastest. Myself and Dr. Cohen were the fastest knee surgeons in San Diego County. We could take in from start to finish. We could do a knee in 30 minutes and have the person walking in 3 days.
Really? Wow.
Very proud of that. I was also one of the guys that started a thing called Da Vinci. They put me on it. It was a computer screen. We did our first surgery from San Diego in New York with robotic arms.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And you were, so the surgeons there doing the work with a robot's arms in another state.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the way across the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never even heard of that. That's cool.
It's like you're sitting there at a Nintendo game. Your fingers are attached to the joysticks, and you're moving the joysticks, and it moves the arms.
Yeah, I'm thinking of my my nephew's. He's got the virtual VR thing.
Yeah.
And you kind of can see your hands doing stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow,
and
cool.
You can zoom in on what you're doing so you get better focused, and then you can take and come back out again. And
wow.
It's the arms for the robot articulate just like your hands. If you can sit there and do anything with your hands, the robot's arms can do them.
Wow.
My goodness,
that's pretty advanced.
So
that's
pretty cool.
I was lucky.
Tech.
I got to be the first
part of that.
The first guy to take and do one of those. So,
really?
Yeah.
I love this stuff. I love this stuff that you meet people like that. So now
I'm one of the guys that developed the ankle replacement. The joint ankle replacement.
Really?
I did the first surgery on that.
The first surgery.
Yeah.
Wow, that is cool. So you've come full circle. You've done all that stuff. What are you doing now? let's just talk about that a little bit. So, when we were talking about the Heroes Healing Heroes Outdoors, what is that program? Who's it with?
We are a veterans organization, 501c3.
Okay.
Basically, what we do is our motto is that we take over where medicine leaves off. So most guys that come back with traumatic injuries from a war zone are really not understood. You can't tell your wife, you can't tell your daughter, you can't tell your grandfather, who's never been in the military, what you're experiencing and what you're going through. And there's a lot of programs out there that help guys either with sports, with education, with music, or you name it. Ours just happens to be we take guys hunting.
Okay.
Hunting and fishing.
Okay.
We've started doing that. I've started teaching fly tying and fly casting over there with Brian Tack. And Brian Tack is a really great guy. He's
Where are you doing that at?
Huh?
Where are you doing that at?
That's over at the Warrior Healing Center. Yeah.
Well, we're hearing a lot about this Warrior Healing Center.
I know.
They're
at
killing
the
it
center
over
of
there.
activity. We've had Tim and Kathy in here before, and we've had some others from Warrior Healing Center, obviously, who've been here.
It's a place to go.
And it's you guys do so much amazing work.
The guy you had on before me.
Bateman. Yeah.
Bateman. He
John.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, John. I remember.
I know.
So John, he's running part of it right now too, and he's doing the counseling thing.
Yeah, it's amazing work that's being done.
I'm going to be working with him before too long.
That's
See,
right.
I
We'll
love-
already start setting
I love
up.
how it connects up. Yeah.
All the give back stories. This is why I love our community.
You find that in small communities like this where, the need is so great. There's a lot of retired military here, one of the highest in the nation per capita. And we find that, there's a lot of people in need, a lot of people who, even like John was talking about in his show, he was talking about how he waited, 8 months to get a phone call. And so it's just crazy. And we've got this wonderful center here that brings all those resources under one roof.
Thanks
So
to
it's
a
really
general.
cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it was a general who spent $2 million of his own money to get that thing started. And now we have 52 organizations in there that are doing
It's amazing.
Yeah.
great work. And we've also gotten to the point where we're providing services for these guys so they can get them in the care that they need or something like that.
So with the program that you're with the hunting and the fishing, and you had mentioned the sports and music and all the other options, is it safe to assume that there are, obviously it's a different fit for everyone, that hunting is going to help someone, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Talk, and they're going to relate because of that activity.
You wouldn't believe some of
question.
the things that I've seen as far as guys. I mean, I've helped take and pick up guys like John who don't have any legs and put them on the roof of side-by-sides to take and get them in a shooting position so they can take and bag something. And they forget about everything.
For that moment,
Were most of your
feel-
clients, were they hunters before, or are some of them new
There's a
hunting?
lot of them that are new.
Really?
There's a lot of them that are new to it that just, it's more that, we teach with the Heroes Healing Heroes Outdoors, we teach that it's not the hunt, it's not getting the animal.
Yeah.
It's the whole encompassing moment that you're taking it. You're outdoors, the skies are blue, the clouds are white, you got a lot of green around you, there's all kinds of sensory stuff going on, you've got leaves moving, you've got squirrels running around, birds flying. Take it all in.
And for that moment,
Take it all in.
you cannot be thinking about all the other things that are going on.
No, and you shouldn't
right?
be. You should just let, a lot of you guys, you're going to hear them say, hey, you take the ruck off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you drop the pack. Leave the pack when you take and you hit the side-by-side, or when we hit the entrance to the canyon. Pack comes off. Now we're in a whole new world.
Right.
This is your world. Do what you want to do. If you don't want to take a shot, don't take a shot.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It's the experience, right?
It's the whole encompassing experience. And the other thing too is you're out there with guys that understand you.
Yeah.
I've sat in a blind and I've had a guy talk to me for 5 hours about stuff that was going on in his life that he couldn't tell anybody else or wasn't getting the proper treatment for by the VA, and had it on his chest forever. And by the end of coming out of that blind, he was like, you know what, I'm ready to start pushing again.
Maybe
I
a
need
fresh
to get back to something,
venue. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Why were we here? We're not hunting. We're changing lives.
Yeah, but it's all in the aspect of, hey, we're going out to do something. So you give them a purpose, and every veteran is mission oriented. Every single veteran,
Wow.
from I don't care if they were Korean War vets that are still alive. They're still mission oriented.
Yeah.
Okay. If they don't have a purpose, they don't have a reason to stick around, or they don't have a reason to want to take and be involved in the community. And they don't want to, they just hang around their house and they do nothing. They watch TV all day. Yeah, that's not good. We all know that's not good. You got to get out, get some air, and get some vitamin D from that sunshine, and, make life a little bit better for yourself.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll come right back and we'll hear more about this Heroes Healing Heroes outdoors. We'll be right back, folks.
We're the real wayfinders, the trailblazers, the go-getters. In a town where the desert wakes before dawn, we don't just talk, we make things happen. And when we speak, it's real, it's genuine, and it's worth hearing. Tune in every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on Cool 104.1 FM. Join the Sherry Ethell Team for Keepin' It Real, where top realtors, local heroes, and the heartbeat of our community come together. Raw, authentic conversations, expert market insights, and the best local events you can't afford to miss. Keepin' It Real, celebrating our community. Bold, genuine, one of a kind.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving service that we agree. For military law and retirees. Stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way, making dreams come true every single day. Trusted team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
Welcome back to the Sherry Ethell Team, Long Realty Studios, Keeping It Real. I'm Dion Ethell. I'm the host, joined by co-host, the beautiful Lisa. I lost it.
I was like, are you going to point to Les? Or?
Yeah.
I am good looking, though.
I got Lisa Gustafson. She's from Cool FM in Canyon Country. She's been co-hosting with me a little bit, and really enjoy her being on. So thank you for coming on and with us.
I absolutely love being here. Thank you for having me.
She's really, honestly, I got to give props to her. She's really the reason why we have some of the guests that we have, because she's bringing some of these folks who have these great stories to light. And it's always helpful to bring in new folks. And each of us have, that sphere of influence that we have, and we all have people who cross our path that we, are able to then bring into the show. But you have a different crowd too, and you're bringing some cool people. So I appreciate that.
We all have a story.
She kind of mentored me in a way here not too long ago. She got me involved in radio.
Okay.
So I had no idea. She walked in. She goes, "You want to do a commercial for King's Armory?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I've done 3 since.
Oh, really?
And I kind of enjoy it. But it was Lisa that got me involved in that.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was kind of.
Well, you got a radio sounding voice. So
he does, doesn't he?
You definitely got the props for it.
I've heard that a lot, and I didn't really take any kind of note to it until she said something, and then all of a sudden it was, "Oh, now you're off on another adventure, Les."
Yeah, be careful. This rabbit hole, it'll take you pretty far down.
I really like it, though.
It is fun. It's different. And it's great to expose, like I say, different people to the community, because I think, as a community, that's what makes us really unique and cool about things. There's so many cool people in the whole, well, not really just the city, but even the county and everything.
Let's just help each other out.
Some neat stuff. And I love being able to sit down and talk with somebody like yourself. It's a great concept.
It's a great concept to have a community.
It really is.
I wish more people would get involved. I wish more people would make the time to take and know their neighbors and stuff like that. But in this day and age, it seems so out of reach, out of touch.
It is. It's hard. And I don't know how we got here. In some ways, we just got to this point where people were either afraid to talk to you, or they just didn't want to have the extra conversation, the baggage and stuff that comes along with it, if you don't have this similar thought. And it's gotten out of hand.
Yeah, very much.
Circle back.
Very, very much we do. Because I think in my mind's eye, I used to love it when I was a kid and I could take and walk out.
I was going to say, we all grew up in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'd walk into my neighbor's house and it was like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's wrong, Les? Oh, I need a drink. Mom's not home. Oh, okay. Well, you know where the kitchen's at. You know, that's the way
Those
it was.
days
There
are-
wasn't a door locked. There wasn't
Those days are
anything like
gone
that.
and
No.
over, right?
Oh, yeah,
I would,
absolutely.
where are you going? I need to know everything about them.
Yeah.
What are you doing? We have
Yeah.
forgotten that part of it.
Yeah.
And you know what? The interesting thing about all of these conversations that we have, you know what? It's all centered around talking. And you get people talking. And once they start talking, it's therapy.
Well, it's kind of interesting. So, you know, it's funny
But
that
we've lost that.
we have lost that.
I mean, too many people are on their PDAs and they're doing, you know.
But
Sucked
you're
into their
making a
phone.
difference. Look at what you're doing, though. That's what makes a difference. And you get them into their environment and you get people in a comfortable situation. You get them outdoors and you're changing lives by doing that.
Well, that's why we branched out too, because we don't do just veterans, and that's what people don't understand.
Oh, okay.
Any first liner, any first responder, any firefighter, you know,
Really?
police officer, they get the same attention that a veteran gets.
Wow.
That's great.
That is
I
Because
mean,
they've been
great.
putting their, you know, a police officer, a firefighter, they put themselves at risk every day.
Dion's like, I get,
it's
thank
kind of
you.
tough because, you know, it kind of happened in a funny way. Like for my experience, right? Timing is everything. I had a young child who had some special needs and stuff in the beginning, and I couldn't go into the military right away. My whole family military, you know. And then Border Patrol came up, and I was able to join the Border Patrol. So I went federal law enforcement. I stayed in that.
Yeah.
But then you get out, and you're done, and you don't get the discounts. You don't get,
You're like,
you don't
what
get the
do I do
recognition.
now?
Oh, and everybody always asks you because you got the haircut, you know, and you're like,
Yeah, sure.
you military? No. Okay, well, you get nothing. You know, you're law enforcement. That's not important.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's tough. It's tough because you there's some real similarities, and you have. I have a lot of commonalities with some of my friends who served, and you go through some of the same PTSD things and went on with significant. And we see people, you know, we're first on scene to many of the motor vehicle accidents, fires, other terrible, terrible things, and you see a lot of dead people, and it kind of, all those things kind of haunt you when you get done, and you know, it's the same kind of stuff. So it's awesome. I love that you guys do that. I thank you for that.
It's amazing that, you know, more people don't get involved with the police officers and stuff like that. They would really understand. My life is fortunate in the respect that I've done a lot of things and never really completed any of them. Okay. I mean, I've tested the water on several different things.
Yeah.
You know, just so happens that medical was where it was at for me. But at one point in time, between 1990 to 2001, I served with Oceanside Police on my off time as a reserve officer.
A reserve, yeah.
Did everything the regular officers do. Went through post academy, the whole 9 yards. But it gave me more of an appreciation for the law enforcement guys.
Yeah.
Now, if people would just come up and talk to them, just talk to them.
Yeah.
They'd find out there's a different person than the guy that pulls you over. That's business.
Right.
You know,
Not personal, right?
Oh,
it's not
Right.
personal at all.
Yeah.
But you gotta make the differentiation. And with everybody going, oh, the cops are bad. They're so horrible. The ICE sucks. And you know, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, these
They're
guys,
doing
they'll
a job.
go home to their family,
Right.
you know, at the end of the day, just like everybody else.
Yeah, and that, trust me, even if they didn't have all the stuff in their life that's really thought-provoking, the death, the blood, the horror, the gore, the accidents, everything that's involved as a part of being an officer, they still have to take in, you know, they're still people. And when you're told you're bad by somebody else, it weighs on you.
Yeah.
It weighs on you. It plays a very, very tough role on you. And that goes for everybody, you know. But these guys, especially, they're giving themselves free will. They're not doing it, and I don't want to hear this crap about, well, they got paid just. No. They did that, or they're writing the same check that I wrote when I went into the military.
Yeah, we took an oath, right?
Exactly.
We took the same oath.
Exactly.
Well, I love that you're doing that. Now, with this program, you go out and you take these guys out in the field. Is it locally here, or is it nationally? Where's your boundaries?
We have no boundaries.
No boundaries. Okay.
No boundaries. We get clients that want to take and fund. We have a client right now in Tucson that wants to fund a African safari
Wow.
out of his pocket.
That'll be cool for somebody.
Do you need to have that recorded on Cool FM Live? Let me know.
There's
That's
that.
crazy.
We have we get tickets.
That's awesome.
We get tags from all over.
So do they
I mean,
donate
it's a-
them to these different outfits?
Yes. Yeah, how
They'll
does that
donate a
work?
tag.
Yes. What happens is we get a call from somebody that says, hey, look, I'm not going to fill my tag this year for whatever reason.
Sure.
Yeah. And, okay, well, then turn it back into the Arizona Game and Fish. Tell them that you're donating it to Heroes Healing Heroes Outdoors.
Oh, wow, you can do that. Okay.
They contact us.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's so many times that you hear of a friend maybe that has a tag and can't use it, or something has come up. I did not know that was an option. That is something we really need to let people know about.
Push. Yeah.
For certain.
And it's they take and they tell us, and then we find somebody who wants to fill the tag, and we give it to them.
Wow.
We don't charge them anything for it.
How much of a turnaround time is that? So, I mean, you're not going to do it the day before, but how much time do you need to get that turned around?
I've had times where tags were donated within 2 days.
Really?
Yeah,
wow,
it's
that's
that
fast.
quick. Well, we try to take and work fast on it because we don't want. There's another side to this thing, and the guy that's donating it, he retains his hunting points. If we get the tag donated.
Oh.
So his donation is rewarded.
All right.
By keeping your points.
By keeping your points.
Oh, that's something that probably people don't know about either. That's awesome.
It's a really amazing program, and it should be utilized more because there's a lot of tags that go unfilled.
Yeah.
We are networking now with some other veterans groups that do the same thing in Texas, in Colorado, and
maybe get like a cross, interstate, like
little network of
different
people.
States. Can you do that and
absolutely?
Oh my gosh!
But there's so many other states too. See, that's another thing that we provide is a lot of information. Like, take, for instance, Texas. You would be surprised at how many people don't know that if you're a disabled veteran, you hunt in Texas as a resident. You not only hunt in Texas as a resident, they give you what they call their super combo.
Oh, wow. No kidding.
You hunt for free in Texas. You get 4 turkey tags, 5 deer tags, unlimited pigs, unlimited predators. They always give you a bonus like a redfish tag or something like that you can use.
That's cool.
But
nice.
They give every veteran enough tags to fill their freezer so they don't have to go and pay the high prices at the store for meat and stuff like that. And be perfectly honest with you, if you take it out in the wild, you're not getting any of the steroids, you're not getting any of the growth hormones, you're not getting any of that crap. Everybody's getting good, solid food that they can take and eat and be healthy off of.
Killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
It really is.
There's a lot of different facets to this that people don't understand.
I had no
idea.
idea.
It's a neat hobby because it's one of those few that kind of give back. Let's take a quick break. We'll come right back and hear some more from Les and Heroes Healing Heroes Outdoors. We'll be right back.
Discover excellence in real estate with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, your premier choice in Cochise County. Sherry's amazing team brings honesty, expertise, and a deep understanding of the local market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned homeowner, they're committed to your peace of mind and handle every detail for you. Their approach? Personalized service, above and beyond transactional real estate, building lifelong relationships, nationwide connections, local expertise. There's a reason this team is amongst the top realtors in Arizona and across the nation. You owe it to yourself to call or visit the Sherry Ethell Team, the top team at Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more info. Real integrity, real results.
Do uneasy markets have you waiting for the ideal moment to make home ownership a reality? Your answer lies in a conversation with Sherry Ethell and her exceptional team at Long Realty, a name synonymous with trust and reliability in Arizona's real estate landscape.
Hi, I'm Sherry Ethell, Realtor and Team CEO of the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. Your ideal moment has arrived. We tailor our approach to you and your needs and goals. Let us put our extensive network to work for you and take the stress out of the process.
Whether buying or selling, remember the name Sherry Ethell and the Sherry Ethell Team. Visit the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more information. Real integrity, real results.
Okay, welcome back to the Sherry Ethell Team, Long Realty Studios. Keeping it real. I'm here with Les and Lisa, and we are talking about the Heroes Healing Heroes Outdoors and their program. And one of the things we learned about just before we took the break was just the fact that if you had a tag, you could actually, and you can't make it on your hunt, you could turn it in and donate it to them.
Absolutely.
You keep your points, which is amazing. So you hunters out there, you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's kind of like a lottery draw for those who don't know anything about it. you have to put in for these tags, and so you get each time that you are unsuccessful, you get a point, or you can buy the point and kind of work your way up, and after a while you'll be able to draw that tag, and this way you kind of preserve that, because that's kind of a big deal. Some of these tags take years, like we were talking about.
What did you guys say? You're waiting like 20 years for a tag?
You could wait a lifetime and never draw.
There's certain tags that you're not going to see in your lifetime.
Yeah,
they're very scarce.
Desert bighorn, those kinds of things, they're very
Bison,
difficult.
Have you ever gotten that call? Hey man, I just got this tag for the first time in 30 years. I can't use it.
Yeah, there are people who draw lucky too, and I've known a lot of people who drew
and donate.
That happens.
Wow.
Trust me, that happens. I just hear.
That's crazy.
One of the organizations that we work with.
Yeah.
Hey man, I've got 3 elk tags. They just came down. They're out of staters.
Wow.
And I'm like, you're kidding me? And he goes, no. Well, actually, I've only got 2. Well, you just said you had 3. No, I've already got 1 put in your name.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Because I'm 100% disabled combat veteran. So he says, yeah, I've already got 1 put in your name because you're already on file with us as a client too. So we got 2 more tags. Can you get people for them?
You're
of course I can. Yeah.
Give me 1 minute.
That's cool. So how many people do you help each year? I mean, how many clients are you able to?
I believe we
support?
have as far as our, and it's still growing.
Yeah,
it's still growing. But I believe right now we've got 150 clients on the record.
Wow, that's a lot. That's actually a lot, because I mean, hunting isn't like something you go out for 15 minutes and you're done. This takes some
full
effort.
Commitment.
Yeah.
And then how many people like yourself are part of Heroes Healing?
Oh, a good question.
We have a number of volunteers.
Okay.
We have guys who without any provocation come out and just do what they need to do to help somebody out. They're not paid for it. They're not given any kind of special dispensation, no special tags, no nothing. Okay, so and that's pretty much most of the guys in the group, because we take the volunteers. If you're a client, you're a volunteer. If you want to take and do it, the core are about 9 people.
Wow.
Are you
I'm a board member for them. We have Gary Linendahl and Randy Oliver. Gary's the president. Randy Oliver is the secretary.
If there were people in the community that wanted to get involved, would the best way be for them to reach out to Heroes?
Absolutely. And we have a website. We also have a Facebook page.
Perfect.
Okay. Both of those can get you any of the questions answered within 24 hours. We're really good about getting our turnaround times back on track.
And what's the requirements to become a volunteer to help you out with that kind of thing?
There is no requirements.
No requirement.
There is no requirements. Love hunting and be personable enough to take and understand that people are going to talk to you about stuff you don't want to hear.
Right. Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Seriously. Understood. Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, if you want to volunteer for it, please volunteer for it, because we could always use somebody to take and go running with a guy and help him help.
I feel like this is right up your alley.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's already thinking,
right?
This is my next charity effort.
Bear in mind, we're
just what you need.
We're a 501c3, so we don't have a budget. All the guys that are board members, we don't get paid.
Yeah, volunteer.
We volunteer for that too.
Yeah,
we just take on extra responsibilities.
Absolutely.
So basically, the whole thing that happens with us, these hunts, being able to take and get people equipment and do things like that, it's all off donations.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. So do you guys provide the equipment, or is that something the hunter has to provide? How does that work?
Typically, most of the guys that come to us, they at least have the rifles, they have the camouflage, things like that. But we have contracts with like Vortec Optics. Mm-hmm. They'll take and they'll send us so many sets of binoculars, so many rangefinders, stuff like that. There's other outdoor providers, purveyors, that'll take and send us stuff. We just, and then of course the donations don't have to be cash. We just had a lady who took and called us from Hereford and donated us a side-by-side.
Jeez, wow, that's awesome.
Just gave us a side-by-side. She said, oh, it doesn't run. Yeah, well, we've got a guy over at Motorsports that takes and fixes stuff like that every day.
Yeah.
So he took and he fixed it up on his own time for free.
That's
just the cost of the parts.
Outstanding.
So now we have a vehicle that we can actually take hunters out in. And the cool thing about it is the way this lady set this up, or her husband set this up, it's got a bench seat in the back. So they sit above the cab, so we can put guys that can't walk up there. That are what are called. I'm one of them too. Champ recipients. So the state has a champ tag, and that means that you can hunt from a vehicle. A special dispensation for people who can't walk around and can't take and do the stuff that they normally used to do.
So many facets here. I mean, think about all the people and the donations too. We weren't even thinking about that. I mean, hunting, the equipment, all of that. It does cost.
And a lot of us, to be honest with you, a lot of the board members, when they take and they get a guy out there,
you probably hook them up.
They need ammo. I got your ammo. Don't worry about it. I had a guy come from Texas, and he said, hey, I need this or I need that. Still, can you point me in a direction? Look, you just be here tomorrow morning, and we'll have the stuff ready for you.
That's great.
Wow,
and
that's cool.
This all came from me being a client. That before I even started doing this as a board member, they took me on an elk hunt up to a place called Happy Jack. Clint's Wells, I believe, is the formal name on the map. And I didn't harvest animal one. I got a shot at one, missed, and didn't harvest animal one, but I had the best week of my life just hanging out and doing this stuff. You know? And they provided me with food. They provided me with shelter. We have tents that we can take and put up for guys if they're going to be out there for a week or so. We take and we bring food, we bring water, we bring stuff. Basically, we make sure that they can take and survive out there and have a fun time. We're not going all out yet and buying guns for them and stuff like that. But, you know, we take and we have a lot of raffles. John, he's a board member, and he's the guy that runs all those, and he's been doing a most outstanding job. He's gotten like 5 raffles now with high-end Christian Arms rifles that have drawn in a bunch of money for the organization, and also gotten a guy a gun that needed to take and have it for an elk hunt.
How do you find out about these raffles? So if somebody was listening now and they wanted to kind of get involved, either to donate or to get involved with one of the raffles, where do you find that stuff?
Go to the Facebook page.
Go to the Facebook page.
We also, like I said, we also have a website, and it's on there too.
What is the website? I'm guessing
it's really easy. Just put, when you take and you do your search, put in Heroes Healing Heroes Outdoors. There is another Heroes Healing Heroes in the United States. As a matter of fact, there's 4 or 5
So you got to get that outdoors.
The outdoors has to be on there.
That'll connect you.
Yeah, and it'll pop it up on the screen. You'll be able to go straight to it. And that way you can take and do that. Or if you want to take and give somebody a call, information to call is on there too, and you can call us.
Can you donate? Can somebody just make a small donation to you guys too?
Absolutely.
And you'll accept that?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. We try to take in, and everything goes 100% toward the client. It's not
back into the
It doesn't
program.
go back into our pocket. It doesn't go, everything that we get, everything that comes our way goes toward the veteran or first responder that we're taking out. And that's our whole mission. We're not here to do it for ourselves. We're here to do it for everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's what community is all about and what it should be.
Well, Les, we love to hear about that kind of stuff. And we love having charities on the show to talk about it. You're the first one that's ever kind of hit in the hunting realm, which is kind of cool. Being a hunter myself. And, of course, you know, my kids always joke about it. They always say, Dad, we used to eat better than I can afford to eat now as an adult because, you know, we hunted and we ate. We didn't hunt for those horns. We really hunted for the food. And it was a big thing. And we could help other families, you know, do that. And
absolutely.
It's such a great camaraderie and everything. And you get to, it's a different thing. I know a lot of people, you know, maybe it's not their thing, but there's more to it than just going out there and shooting an animal. I mean, it's really, sometimes you don't even have to shoot an animal at all.
These guys are changing lives, and that's what is important.
We do work with a lot of the kids of these veterans as well. That's starting to become something that we're looking
more
at
involved
too.
with.
Wow.
And we teach them the ethics.
Yeah, huge.
Be an
it's
ethical
huge,
hunter.
right? Be an ethical hunter.
It's interesting to watch a child go up, lay their hand on something that was just harvested, and go, "Thank you." That kid gets it, but that kid was taught it by us. It's not just, "Hey, I'm going out to destroy a life."
You know, it's funny. We actually talked earlier. We had mentioned, and we kind of talked a little bit about it. You know, how neighbors aren't quite as neighborly as it used to be,
right? Yeah.
Growing up, and so my nephews, you know, joined us after their mom. Well, during their mom's battle with cancer, and she came out here. And then after she passed, we kept the kids and raised them out here. But they were inner city kids from Pennsylvania and Harrisburg. And so totally different atmosphere.
Right. They're like, what is this?
And,
what's going on?
Yeah, my youngest one is just getting ready to leave, going into the Air Force. But he's quite an outdoorsman, became an Eagle Scout. He's really accomplished outdoorsman. You know, he's harvested many deer now. And he's very good at outdoor survival and everything. He's very well equipped mentally to be able to handle all the things that you would encounter in the outdoors, and it's just such a cool thing to have been able to pass that along to him.
Absolutely.
And he's got that now in his toolkit. And better for it, stronger.
Absolutely,
Get out there.
The self-sustaining. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just that self-sustaining kind of mindset.
Exactly.
It's really cool.
Plus, it conditions you for other things too.
Yeah.
It helps you. I mean, people would think that it's very hard to take and actually sight down on something and press off a shot or release an arrow. But that kind of hard decision translates to so many other things in your life.
Yeah.
Translates to so many other things in your life. You're going to make a poor decision, you're going to make a good decision.
Right.
And if the people that are out there with you teach you the right things, you become a better person over it. It's just,
I think it teaches you discipline and all kinds of great things.
Absolutely.
Commitment and perseverance. And,
make better choices.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And you have to make the good choices.
100%.
And that's throughout your life. That's in everything that you do. You got to take and make the good choices. So
100%.
If we're teaching people who never had that lesson before, or if we're teaching your kids something like that, working out pretty good.
You're doing something
it's
right.
a good thing. It's a good thing. Well, I appreciate it, Les, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, Lisa.
Man,
you're awesome.
What a great Saturday, because we have learned so much. I had no idea. And how many times have I talked to you, Les, and look at all the things I learned today.
I know, and I didn't know anything about it. I'm a big-time hunter out here, and I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know that you were connected to the law enforcement, too, so that's great to hear also. I'm sure we'll be talking about volunteerism.
Love it.
So it's great. I appreciate you and coming on the show.
Dion, if there's any time you want me to come back on and talk,
there you go.
I'm happy to take and be here. I love radio, and it's one of those things I don't mind doing at all. I would really like to do it for you.
Yeah, a little precursor to something else, maybe.
Absolutely.
So we'll have you back on. Well, okay, everybody.
Just don't do it during hunting season.
Right. 100%. Gotcha.
I got 7.
Well, I won't be here either.
I got 9 tags right now that I got to fill. There's not going to be a lot of time.
We got to reach out to those first responders, everybody, right? We got to find a way to help you out. And we will.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
Thanks,
look for heroes, healing heroes outdoors. The outdoors is that key to make sure that you get the right one, and donate something. A little bit, every little bit will help. Volunteer your time, money, and talent. It's always helpful to these kinds of organizations. And of course, we love the fact that they're helping our first responders and our heroes out there from the military. Again, this is Keepin' It Real with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. We'll be right back after these messages. It's the Home Spotlight Series, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, where home stories are told until they're sold.
Located in the desirable Pueblo del Sol Country Club Estates, 3456 Rossburg Street is a beautifully updated 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with over 2,000 square feet of open living space. Enjoy high vaulted ceilings, stylish finishes, and modern upgrades including kitchen, bathrooms, flooring, HVAC, water heater, and roof, all updated between 2018 and this year. Step out back to your huge covered patio, ready for personal touches and ideas. Take in breathtaking mountain views and birdwatching from the large backyard, or tinker in the big shed or workshop. There's an extended slab opposite the 2-car garage and driveway with a double gate and ready for RV parking. Plenty of space for your cars, toys, and hobbies. All just minutes from Fort Huachuca, shopping, golf, and schools. Professionally clean, this one checks every box and is move-in ready. 3456 Rossburg Street, listed at $395,000.
Buy and sell with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. We make success stories for a living.
That brings us to the end of another Keepin' It Real radio show, and we just want to say a big thank you for letting us be a small part of your weekend. Whether you're a longtime listener or just caught us for the first time today, we're so glad you're here. Got something you'd love us to talk about? Maybe a local story, a cool event, maybe a guest idea. Maybe you're related to or know someone who has an interesting story, profession, or past. We would love to hear from you, so drop it in our Keepin' It Real suggestion box at Long Realty. We're located just behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. Or if it's easier, you can email me directly at sherry@sherryethelteam.com or call me or text me at 717-599-2439. This is your show, and it's all about our community, our connections, and the what's up of Cochise County, and as always, keeping things real. And your voice will help shape what we do next. We'll see you next Saturday from 7 to 8 a.m. right here on 104.1 Cool FM, making radio cool again.
Stay safe and stay cool, Cochise County, and keep it real.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Keepin' It Real radio show. Join us next Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for more engaging interviews with top realtors and industry leaders, keeping you informed about the latest trends in real estate. Stay connected with us as we bring you updates on the dynamic events shaping our vibrant community. From exciting local happenings to noteworthy charities and causes, we've got you covered. See you next week for another edition of Keepin' It Real.